lives in this world, no matter who the person is, they will be in one of these three stages of life: aspire, success, or failure stage. And these three stages will keep repeating in our life. The aspire stage is when we are on the path to achieving something. The success stage means we have achieved what we desired. And the failure stage means we fail to reach from aspire to success. In all three stages, in one thing that is always present with us is our ego. And this ego is our biggest enemy. Just as anger and laughter are visible on a person's face, ego is also visible in a person's behavior. Look at all the people who have become world famous solely through their work. They will definitely be confident, but never egotistic. There is a big difference between confidence and ego, which I heard from Shiv Khera. Confidence without humility is arrogance, meaning confidence without humility is ego. But the good thing is that we can control this ego through some techniques so that it doesn't get in our way, and we can achieve whatever we want. Stage number 1 is aspire. This is the stage when we want to achieve bigger and better goals. Like someone is preparing for a government exam, someone is making clips for their audition, or someone is preparing their business plan. This initial phase is the most difficult because at the beginning of any work, we are both excited and a little nervous. But the big talks we start making to hide our nervousness are actually our biggest weak point. Talking big is very easy because instead of actual work, you can gain people's attention and appreciation with very little effort, just by talking. But our hunger to hear applause and praise from people just by talking without doing real work is, actually our ego. Anyone can talk. Even a mad person can talk for hours on any topic, but in today's world, what is real is silence. Talking too much and thinking too much destroys your energy. And because your energy gets destroyed right in the beginning, you cannot start your work. And that too, by thinking too much. Your ego creates an imaginary audience, making you feel that others are watching you and thinking about you. But in reality, that's not the case. The author gives an example of a teenager who missed a week of class because a few days earlier, its juice had spilled on his stomach. It's in the school canteen, and out of embarrassment, he didn't go to school. Because his ego created an imaginary audience, making him believe that everyone at school was thinking and talking about him. But the reality was that by the next day, no one at school even remembered the incident. So remember, people don't think about you as much as you think they do. Stroke. There is one word in Saism. Mia means to move forward on your path without being distracted by external things. Today, social media apps and breaking news have destroyed people's attention spans and their ability to focus on work. Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Company, said that your reputation is built on what you have done, not on what you are going to do. And anyway, talent is just a starting point. You must have seen yourself that many people, despite being talented, are unable to build much from that talent because their ego tries to stop them by scaring them in some way. Steve Jobs used to say that until you show people, they won't even know what they need. Your talent is also like a product. Until you represent it, people won't know that they need something like that. Right now, most of us might be at the aspire stage, and the most important thing to keep our ego in check is to focus on our work and improve our skills. Basketball player Bill Bradley always remembered that when you are not practicing, somewhere someone else is practicing, and when you meet them, they will win. Therefore, no matter how talented you are, if you want to progress, learn to control your ego in these two ways, at the aspiring stage. Number 1, always remain a student, keep learning. And number 2, think less and take more action to continuously improve your craft through practice. The second is the success stage. When we control our ego at the aspiring stage and focus on our work, we will definitely achieve success. Just as success increases our strength, it also increases the strength of our ego. Therefore, it will try to push us back in other ways. With success, many distractions will come, like interviews, events, functions, reporters, parties. All these distractions will try to take you away from your actual work, which your ego really likes, because you will receive public appreciation, but always remember the work because of which you are able to see all this today, as that is your actual value. You will be distanced from your core values and work. You can learn the result of just indulging from Vijay Mallya himself. The world-famous warrior and Mongol Emperor Genghis Khan used to tell his sons that if you cannot swallow your ego, you will not be able to lead. He used to say, that no matter how high a mountain is, when an animal living on that mountain stands on its peak, that animal is higher than the mountain itself. Just as achieving success is difficult, staying there is equally challenging. Therefore, we should always keep our identity small and continue to learn and improve as a student. The author says that whenever a company or entrepreneur is asked what they are going to do, they say they are going to change the world, which is indeed true. But the company that has changed the world in one move started with its core values and customer-centric execution. For example, YouTube was not created to replace TV, but just to share funny clips. But today's growth is not just because of their vision, but by keeping their identity small and making small detailed improvements, they have become the #1 video sharing company in the world. Note that you should think big, but take such small and detailed steps to achieve it. Execute in such a way that your dream doesn't just remain a dream, but turns into reality. Keeping your identity small means not representing yourself in an exaggerated manner. If you are a receptionist, you are an admin officer. Instead of just saying you are a receptionist, say it in a way that keeps you grounded and polite, allowing you to learn from others and improve your class. Zen philosopher Yugen used to tell himself, "Master, remain sober and never be deceived by your popularity or the wealth you possess. Just keep doing what you are known for." Ryan Holiday. They say that truly successful people live modest lives. They live in normal houses and wear simple clothes. This doesn't mean they don't know how to live a luxurious life, but they simply give more importance to their core values and standards through simplicity. Muhammad Ali used to say that when you are as great as I am, it is very difficult to remain humble, because he believed that in today's world, more than confidence, skill, and talent, what truly matters is self-awareness and humility. Therefore, whenever you achieve success, to maintain it, remain humble. And instead of singing your own stories in a dream world, just keep doing your core work. Because upon achieving success, events, cameras, and the spotlight attract people more and take you away from your core work. The last part of this book is about failure. Failing in any work is a common thing. Even after keeping our ego in check, we can still fail. But what we do during that failure time is the most important. A boy named Detroit Red was put in jail for 10 years because he was accused of theft, smuggling, drugs, arms dealing, and murder. He was neither afraid of killing someone nor of dying himself, and he even had his own gang, that did all these things. When he was put in jail, instead of sitting idle like other prisoners, he started learning right there in prison. Because no matter what he did, he wasn't going to get out of there. So, he wisely did what he could. In the prison library, he read many books on religion, history, and philosophy. He even started writing the dictionary by hand, cover to cover. Through this, he learned many new words, and as long as he was in prison, he always used his free time to learn something new, through reading, because he used this time effectively. That boy later went on to become an American minister and social activist, who people later came to know as Malcolm X, who fought for many human rights in America. The author of the 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, refers to this event as a lifetime and dead time, stating that there are only two types of time in our lives: a lifetime or dead time. A lifetime means when you learn or utilize every second in productive activities, and dead time is when you blame others and sit idly, relying on luck, without doing anything. Malcolm X turned every second he spent in prison into a lifetime by reading books. When reporters asked him about his college, he referred to prison as his college, because that was where his transformation occurred. In this way, we always have two choices about which type of time we want to choose: lifetime or date time. Just standing in a waiting line is dead time, but listening to an audiobook, making some calls, or taking notes is a live time. When you keep failing repeatedly, turn your time into a lifetime and keep working hard. You will definitely succeed. Because Ryan Holiday believes that there are some players who do not stop to hear the applause, even after giving their best performance. Because they know that these applauses are not from playing in the middle of the stadium, but it comes from the practice done alone, without caring about people's appreciation, when everyone else was having fun. Ryan Holiday relates training to sweeping, saying that sweeping the floor just once doesn't keep it clean forever. Dirt will come on it every day. That's why we need to clean it every day, to keep it clean. And the same thing applies to your talent. Practicing just once won't achieve anything. To polish that talent, you need to work on it every day like a sweeper. You need to polish your talent through practice, otherwise it will rust. Ego is the Enemy is a very good book that every leader, athlete, entrepreneur, designer, and every creative person should read who wants to stand out and move forward in the 21st century. If you want to read this book, I have provided the link in the description from where you can purchase and read it. Thank you